Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. A second shelter-in-place order for people in Fort Simpson, Northwest Territories today, as the nearby wildfire intensifies and gets closer to a subdivision. The village is under an evacuation order, but those who remain were told to shelter in the community's recreation center. Fire officials say the threat is to the Wild Rose area. That's a subdivision with about 100 homes south of the main Fort Simpson town site. For the latest, we've reached Forrest Tower, a fire information officer with N.W.T Fire, who is in Fort Simpson right now. Forrest, thanks for being here. Has the fire crossed the highway or reached that Wild Rose residential area at this time?
Yeah, as of right now, obviously it is a dynamic situation. South of the main town site of Fort Simpson, we did have some pretty active fire behavior earlier in the day. It still remains active in there, and by that I mean we have trees fully consumed by fire, so pretty active fire that ground crews aren't necessarily able to just work beside and extinguish. So for the most part, it's looking like the fire, it has crossed in some areas in terms of some spot fires. So embers that would have gone over and ignited kind of the grass across the highway. But for the most part, it's held to the west of the highway. Specifically in the Wild Rose area, it was more active a tiny bit north of that. So again, dynamic situation. We have structure protection working in that area. As of now, it hasn't impacted that area in a organized flame front. But the challenge right now that we're dealing with is more wind conditions on this fire. So we're expecting a wind shift overnight into tomorrow, which would bring winds that come from the north and push the fire south. So depending on exactly where on the fire we're looking for, that could be helpful, but also could be challenging. So again, for the most part, it still remains not across the highway entirely, but there certainly is the chance as we head into the evening. We're expecting this fire to be active for a number of hours yet, where that might still be a possibility, but obviously doing everything we can to hold it at the highway.
Yeah, describe what crews were able to do today, especially in terms of some of that structure protection, since the Wild Rose area is a residential area.
Yeah, so a bit of a combination here. We have structural firefighters that are working right in the residential areas. So south of Fort Simpson, once you kind of leave, it's on an island, a little sandbar. There are structures on the east side of the highway, kind of the whole way down until the subdivision that we're talking about. It is a mix of sort of industrial area and then gets into that subdivision. So we have structure protection. They'll be doing patrols. They've, for the last number of days, been working on getting sprinkler setups, getting water systems put in place. And it's their entire job to, as the main threat being embers being cast over from the main part of the fire, those can land in gutters, can land in lawns, firewood piles, etc. So even though the main fire might not be, what's causing structures to potentially light on fire, it's the embers that often cause an issue. So they're there working to limit that spread. Again, not having any confirmation of any major spread in that area, but it's early in the evening. And then wildland crews, so wildland firefighters working as they could to both this morning working off of fire guards to have water when they weren't able to really be effective with that as fire intensity picked up. It's looking things like hand ignitions to basically burn out any fuel that remains between the fire and the highway, so that as that fire moves forward, there's a lot less fuel for it to consume. So able to do that. It's looking like it's working fairly successfully south of the main town site. I will mention though, that's our priority area, but we do have fire burning basically along the entire eastern edge, western edge of Fort Simpson, and any part of that fire has the ability to become active, as we head into the evening. So pretty, dynamic day today, and it's looking like tomorrow we might get a bit of a break in wind speeds, but have to get through the rest of the afternoon today.
Yeah, tell me what you're expecting throughout the weekend in terms of weather and fire behavior for the Fort Simpson fire.
Yeah, luckily we've had a bit of a reduction in temperatures overall from they were in the mid 30s a little bit ago. So even lowering them to the mid teens is helpful in terms of a bit less drying of fuels. However, the fuel, so the trees are already very, very dry here. So even in the mid 20s, we're starting to see fire behavior, which is sort of open flame, getting up into the treetops in the the low 20s in terms of temperature. It's supposed to stay pretty hot and dry for the remaining, forecast that really is accurate. No real precipitation or rain in the forecast, potentially mid next week for this area. There's been rain essentially all around Fort Simpson, but none that has landed on this fire in particular. The main thing that really is driving this wildfire is wind. And so we're paying as close attention as we can to what forecasters are saying. It's really hard to model wind near a wildfire as large as this, as it can oftentimes create its own weather patterns locally around the fire when it gets burning really aggressively. So we're expecting, again, that, as I mentioned, that wind shift where right now we're having winds from the southwest, so it's blowing it in an unfavorable direction, towards our structures and the main town site. Coming from the north is what's expected. So for south of Fort Simpson, helpful. But if we do have any fire behavior really get going north of town, it could pose a challenge. So again, for that evacuation order remaining in place, definitely there's a lot of work ahead, and we'll see what the wildfire does in the next few hours here.
Okay, and Forrest, I know that you are dedicated to the Fort Simpson wildfire, but I understand you do have a bit of an update about the Wrigley wildfire as well, if you could share that with us.
Yeah, a bit of a better news story in terms of precipitation. So you've enough precipitation that it's actually making some sort of difference on the fire. So seeing slightly reduced fire behavior. Today, I understand that they are expecting and did see a bit of an increase in fire behavior, nothing similar to what we're seeing in Fort Simpson. So no aggressive spread south towards Wrigley as of the last update I received. But again, both of these fires still have a real potential to get more active, and the crews that are assigned there will continue to, again, have probably quite a bit of work on that fire to limit any further spread south.
Okay, Forrest, thank you so much, and stay safe in Fort Simpson while you're there.
Thank you.
That's Forrest Tower, a fire information officer with N.W.T. Fire. As firefighting efforts intensify in Fort Simpson, resources and services for people who chose to stay are limited to prioritize essential workers. Water and sewer pump out are restricted to essential services only to preserve resources for wildfire fighting. Fort Simpson's mayor thinks there's about 30 people left in the village who are not essential. He says things are in motion to find a way to evacuate people who can't drive out and missed the flights last Sunday.
If they feel it's dangerous to be where they are, get to town, right? Get onto the island, and it's safer on the island than to be off island right now. The fires up there's with the wind today, it is threatening our subdivisions that are out of town, off island.
For those who refuse to leave, Wright says safety should be top of mind. Now, for those who did leave Fort Simpson, there's been an outpouring of support, including from Yellowknife resident Forrest Doctor. He put his passion for skateboarding into supporting young evacuees. The CBC's Niles Nemeth has that story.
I know you've been wanting this and you've been working really hard, with the volunteering, and I just wanted to show my appreciation.
Thank you.
And show that to you, your scene.
Thank you so much.
It has been a rough time for young people from Fort Simpson who have seen their summer plans upended by the sudden evacuation. Forrest Doctor, who runs Dene Skateboards in Skate North, aimed to change that for several young people this week.
I've given a few boards to some kids out here already, and it's just the only way that I feel like I could help in my own way.
Fort Simpson skater N.W.T has been helping his mom provide aid for those staying at the evacuation center. Forrest wanted to recognize his hard work volunteering with a board that includes a Dene design.
I love it. It's sick. I really like the skull you put on it. It's actually really cool. I personally love it that there's a brand of skateboarding out here for made by our people, and that could get in the future spread across all the world.
Natea's mom is Grace N.W.T, the Health and Wellness Program Manager for Decho First Nations. She has been coordinating support for those at the multiplex. She was excited about the skateboard and said other support has been coming in for children.
There are more things coming for the children. There have been a lot of donations of activities, coloring books, Play-Doh, Silly Putty. There's just more things starting to roll in, and so giving the kids more stuff to do. We got a bunch of donations from a bunch of different organizations in Yellowknife, and so some soccer balls and volleyballs and stuff are coming, so there are things that are coming to give them things to do.
Forrest fundraises through Skate North to donate skateboards and safety gear to help young people get into the sport. He also aims to bring focus to Indigenous, Métis, and Inuit skateboarders and develop the skate scene in Yellowknife. Having put the finishing touches on a half pipe in Indilo, Forrest hopes to one day build a proper concrete skate park. As to how skateboards will help young people from Fort Simpson through this difficult time,
Just forget about the troubles and go skate and go be a kid and, try to find a little bit of joy in that. I find joy in skateboarding my whole life, and, I know these youth will too.
for his part, N.W.T is excited to do just that and to be able to develop his skills. Niles Nemeth, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Swimming is temporarily off limits at Fred Henne Territorial Park's main beach in Yellowknife. The N.W.T. government has restricted swimming, wading, and shoreline activities while it investigates elevated bacteria levels, including E. coli, found during routine water testing. Officials say the restriction is precautionary until they can determine whether bacteria levels exceed Health Canada guidelines. There have been no reports of illness linked to the water. The playground remains open and the boat launch is not affected, although officials advise against swimming there because of boat traffic. The latest draft of the Nunavut land use plan is being rejected. In a joint news release this afternoon, Nunavut Dungavik Incorporated and the territorial and federal government say there's still more work to be done. They did not state what that involves. Work on the plan began nearly 20 years ago. The draft has undergone numerous revisions. It sets out which areas of the territory are open for development and which are protected. The Friends of Land Use Planning, an advocacy group, previously warned that any further delay could go against principles under the Nunavut Agreement. Nunavut covers 1/5 of Canada's landmass. An ATV accident in Joe Haven, Nunavut, has prompted the hamlet to take another look at the community's decades-old bylaws and actually implement them. A nurse was seriously injured after she was struck by an ATV last month. As Samuel Watt reports, the incident follows decades of concerns in the hamlet about road safety.
Yeah, I'm just really grateful that I'm alive right now.
As a nurse, Teresa Vo is used to saving other people's lives, but last month she became a patient herself while working in Joe Haven.
There was just an ATV coming towards me quite fast. I tried to dodge, so I jumped left, but I was still hit.
Vo was left seriously injured and she was medevaced out of the community. RCMP say a driver was charged with careless driving.
It's not the first time. It has happened back in the past, 80s and 90s before.
Joe Haven Mayor Raymond Cookshun Sr. says road safety issues are not new. Council is now looking at modernising its decades-old bylaw rules and actually enforcing them. Cookshun says they're constrained by a lack of training, staff turnover and bylaw rules like jail time that don't work for the community. But he says they're working on it with more training and funding requests for more bylaw officers. Residents have also raised concerns about the state of the roads.
We need good gravel, and we're working on a quarry now.
That, he hopes, can help fix both the roads and trust within the community.
We are very sorry that something like this happened in our community, and we would like our community to work with us
to prevent another accident like those from happening again. Samuel Watt, CBC News, Yellowknife.
For the first time, professional basketball has come to the north. A Canadian Elite Basketball League game tips off tonight in Whitehorse. The league held an open gym event this week with a local development program, and it's also set up a skills camp for kids tomorrow. Fans of all ages say they are excited about tonight's game.
This is the top level professional league in Canada, which is basically the NBA in Canada.
Yeah.
So I'm very stoked. The whole community is stoked, and we're gonna be there tomorrow and watch the game. We were actually there yesterday because they ran 3-on-3 basketball. So 3 of us were officiating the games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we helped them, and then we can see the excitement of the kids, of having a professional league playing in the Yukon.
The Calgary Surge and the Saskatoon Mamba are playing tonight in the 2026 Real North Classic. Tip-off at Takini Arena in Whitehorse is at 6:30, and the game will be streaming on CBC Sports and on CBC Gem. Tourism projects in Nunavut are getting a big increase in funding from the federal and territorial governments. The CBC's Mahnor Mubarak spoke with Nunavut tourism operators to find out how they plan to use the money.
Tourism projects in Nunavut are altogether getting over $2 million in funding. The Government of Canada announced the recipients of the money earlier this week. One organization selected is Travel Nunavut, which represents the territory's travel industry. It's to receive up to $200,000 from the federal government and $60,000 from the territorial government. The organization is working on creating short videos that tell the stories of tourism operators in the north over the past 30 years. Noreen Nagib is the association's executive director of operations. Nagib hopes Nunavummiut will feel represented in the industry and feel happy reflecting on the past.
We hope they'll feel encouraged, proud, first of all, of the achievements to date. Maybe get some joy out of seeing some old footage and hearing some old stories, old photos being dusted off.
Arctic Bay Adventures is a tourism organization that takes people out on trips on the land. They are receiving over $200,000 from the federal government and more than $400,000 from the territorial government. They say funding will help them buy new equipment, improve their business plan, and train staff. Dominique Kakasik is the assistant manager and says that the money will help develop talent.
It is really good for us that we're receiving this funding.
Iqaluit's Visitor Center and Library is also receiving more than $800,000 for renovation and repair for their building from the federal government, with the same amount coming from the territorial government. The hope is to help support tourism infrastructure, attract tourists, and expand tourism offerings in the north. Mahnor Mubarak, CBC News, Iqaluit.
This is our living story.
Now is the time.
I make people believe that impossible things are possible.
Looking for stories about Indigenous peoples from across the country?
We know where you can find them.
Zinez Hotier, my name is Edzi Ulevrin, and I'm Tahltan Nation and Taku-River Tlingit First Nation.
CBC Indigenous. My name is Brett Forster, and I'm from the Chippewas of Kettle and Stony Point First Nation.
Creative.
Engaging.
Informative.
Grounded in First Nation.
Métis.
And Inuit communities.
You're back.
I'm back. Anything else going on?
Mom? Nope. Where have you been for the past 15 years?
On the run. You are done with all the crime, right?
Oh, yeah.
You were going to steal us a diamond. Are you going to be able to keep it together on this one?
I am nothing if not profesh. Don't make me use this. Hi.
This is Jessica.
Nice to meet you. Jessica. She seems great.
We should all go out sometime.
I would love that.
Wild Cards on CBC Gem.
You know what they say, Crabtree? Happy wife, happy life.
What have you done?
Seems the city of Toronto has a paid killer on the books.
In order to solve a crime, we are going to need to commit one.
Local news is in decline, and this is bad news for all of us. That's why CBC News is putting more journalists in more places across Canada, because local news is big news.
Firefighters in Iqaluit were busy last night fighting a fire at the city's dump. The fire was burning for more than 5 hours beginning late on Thursday afternoon. Smoke from the landfill could be seen from different parts of the city. Crews extinguished the fire around 11 p.m. The city says the road to the landfill had to be closed for safety, but it has since reopened. Nunavut's Department of Health is reminding residents to be mindful of summer service shortages. It's a common occurrence in Nunavut this time of year. The department says the situation has improved over the past few years, but the public can help by calling health centers only during emergencies and making appointments for non-emergencies. Health officials say summer staffing can be an issue.
These models all have to change, but we can't change them without having more staff, more positions, and then staff housing. So a big barrier to filling all of our positions is not having enough staff housing to be able to fill all of our positions.
The department will publicly announce the operational levels of health centers as they change. The Canadian Armed Forces is beginning another round of military drills across the Arctic. Led by the Canadian Rangers, Operation Nunuk-Takunik will focus on land-based surveillance in remote areas. Key locations include Banks Island in the Nunavut region, Akpotuk Island near northern Quebec, and the coastlines of Hudson Bay and Labrador. The training is in coordination with NATO. It'll run from summer to winter. A groundbreaking expedition is setting off to capture images of an important shipwreck off the Labrador coast. The vessel sank in 1962, and it has ties to both Canada and a famous 20th century explorer. CBC News is the only Canadian media outlet aboard the research vessel taking part in the voyage. Peter Cowan tells us more about the expedition.
All they have is sonar images. So this expedition is to try and get the first actual pictures of what the ship looks like using both 3D technology, but also letting people go down and see it for themselves.
This is without a doubt the most ambitious expedition we've ever organized. It's you can see it from the ship over my shoulder. The scale of the undertaking, the number of people involved. There's something like 50 people involved in the expedition, so it's a massive undertaking for us. It's a huge lift, but it tells a great story.
On board is some Canadian technology. Voyus is based out of Waterloo, Ontario, and their sensors are going to be used in order to map the shipwreck for Quest, and another one, the Terra Nova, which sits off the coast of Greenland. The idea is they're going to make a digital twin, so even though these ships are hundreds of meters deep in the ocean, they'll be able to bring back more modern, high-resolution images that lets people explore this from on land. And they are working in some rather difficult conditions.
The Labrador Sea, like you said, is quite treacherous. It's not the easiest place to do work in, especially with a robotic platform that can get pushed around and it's tied to a vessel, which can also be moving at that time. So having the proper team in place is huge, but the technology that's going to give you as much information as you can get in real time, topside, so that you can make those real-time important decisions.
CBC News is on board for this expedition, all 21 days exploring these two wrecks, and we'll be able to show you those first images as they come in. Peter Cowan, CBC News, Woods Hole, Massachusetts.
Canada has lost a beloved country music icon. Tommy Hunter, whose popular show aired for decades, has died at the age of 89. Magda Gebrselassie takes a look at his life and legacy.
Won't you come to my own sweet darling?
Crowned Canada's country gentleman, Tommy Hunter spent decades on TV, radio, and performing on some of the world's biggest stages. Born and raised in London, Ontario, country music captured his heart early on.
Listening to country records, old-time fiddles and steel guitars, it's something that I have lived and breathed since I've been a little kid.
By about 9 years old, he was taking guitar lessons. Eventually, he was booking gigs. He was in a traveling play, and he landed on the radio. On TV for CBC, he was on Country Hoedown.
I tried so hard, my dear, to show that you're my every dream.
And he had a big hit with his own TV program.
Tommy Hunter!
Here, Hunter came face to face with his many musical idols.
I grew up, with Hank Snow and
Wilf Carter and Roy Acuff and Ernest Tubb and Eddie Arnold and Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. And they were all on our show. I was like a kid in a candy shop, and I had the best seat.
The star power was never ending, from Johnny Cash to Garth Brooks, Loretta Lynn to a young Shania Twain. Over the years, he's been honored in many ways. He's in the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame. In the U.S., he's got a spot on the Country Music Hall of Fame's Walkway of Stars in Nashville. He's got 3 Junos and a Gemini, too.
And feels so helpless.
But in 1992, the curtain fell. The TV show was canceled after 27 years, breaking Hunter's heart.
I felt like I had failed, and that the whole thing, what did I do wrong?
He did get another chance at it in 2003, returning for a reunion special. For years, Hunter hit the road performing for his fans, but that all wrapped up in 2012 with one final show in his hometown.
Good night, everybody.
And now he leaves behind many loved ones and fans. Magda Gebre-Selassie, CBC News, Toronto.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. We leave you tonight with performances at Yellowknife's Samba K Park on Canada Day. I'm Megan Roberts. Have a great weekend.